to be honest.
That's not his strength.
Yeah, that's not his strength. Like, you stretch the field, you're a deep threat. That's who you are. Once that's taken away, you really need somebody else to emerge out the receiver room. Like, you need a second option. Like, Justin Jefferson, as great of a player as he is, one of the reasons why he was so good was because he couldn't have so much attention because they still had Adam Thielen there. So the emergence of, like, Romeo Doubs and some of these other younger receivers are going to be vital to the success that Jordan Love and the Packers offense has, to be honest.
Robert Madison chimes in, I'll take Michael Vick over Purdy. Now, look, but you do hit on this part of it, Chris, is that, yes, Michael Vick, Chris Orr, even Aaron Rodgers at his peak, Tom was never really athletic, but Rodgers was. I mean, and so Mahomes, Vick, Jalen Hurts, wire people, Lamar Jackson.
They have what you can't coach.
Right, and even we know that Justin Fields is, I mean, he's literally in the Hall of Fame as a running quarterback already, so we know he can run. We don't know if he can throw. Right. So those are different things, but that's like trying to find he or him, like a needle in a haystack. So to your point, it's like, the 49ers have kind of said, we took our shot at Trey Lance. That was a dumpster fire. That was a disaster. I don't even think it's all Trey Lance or the 49ers. He breaks his ankle, the pandemic, all these things. It's just there's so many other factors that work in or work against the quarterback. But regardless, they always have a backup plan. And I think a lot of teams in the NFL are trying to figure that out of, like, okay, we have Trey Lance, that doesn't work. Okay, we got Brock Purdy. Chicago, they got this undrafted rookie they're trying to keep around now. That's having a nice preseason, and other teams are doing the same thing of, like, option A, we want this elite guy that's going to be a star. But what is the Titans? Well, they have Tannehill. They drafted who's the guy they drafted from Ole Miss? Willis? Is that
Malik Willis?
Yeah,
Malik
Willis.
Was he Ole Miss?
I want to say he transferred from there to Liberty.
Yeah, you're right. He started at Ole Miss to Liberty.
Liberty, good pull.
Yeah.
And then they also have Levis. So they have 3 bites at the apple. Like, one of these dudes will figure it out.
Yeah, somebody's going to figure it out.
They're a fascinating case study.
They are.
Because they've gone early quarterback the last 2 years, right?
Yeah.
The first 2 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. I think Willis was second and Levis was early. So he was the first pick of the second round this year.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's weird how it's been shaken out, right? Like, it seems like Levis might be the second stringer. Willis might fall back to third. But you look at San Francisco, too, as you brought up. Like, Trey Lance was the bite at the apple. And now all of a sudden, Mr. Irrelevant, or just was he Mr. Irrelevant or one pick prior?
He was Mr. Irrelevant.
Okay, so Mr. Irrelevant is now the starter, and your third overall pick is third string.
And your backup is Sam Darnold, who they're trying to basically...
Who was the top 5 pick, too.
Which they're trying to sell someone else, like, hey, let Trey Lance be your Sam Darnold.
I guess it just proves, in terms of quarterback play, nothing is a gimme. Right?
Yeah.
Like, as much as you think, like, looking at next year, right? Caleb Williams seems like the gimme out of USC, and then Drake May from North Carolina, shout out Phil Longo, is the other guy, right? Like, those are the 2 guys, and they're going to come in and change the faces of a franchise.
Yep.
But it's never that easy.
Yeah.
It's never that easy.
Well, you know why?
Except for the Green Bay Packers, because Jordan Love's going to be your third Hall of Famer in a row.
You know why? It's because the college football game and the NFL game are completely different. Majority of quarterbacks in college, honestly, don't read a defense. They don't truly read a defense. They're reading 1 or 2 guys every play.
Because they don't have to, though.
They don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. You're running RPOs up and down the field, or the spacing is so different. The hash marks are so wide that you can get these real labyrinth and really wide splits that really stress a defense. In the NFL, you're basically playing in the middle of the field the entire time. So you don't have the opportunity to, 1, manipulate space like that. 2, guys are a lot better at disguising their defense, holding. They're more athletic, so I can stay where I am and take away this throw option on your RPO and be fast enough to get back into the box and make the play. So, like, it's just a completely different game. Majority of quarterbacks in college, like, you literally don't read a defense. Like, you don't have to come up there pre-snap and see, okay, they're showing me a single high safety, and all of a sudden they roll back to 2 high. You're not even looking at that because you're only reading the outside linebacker.
And speaking of, and I saw this highlight, I haven't seen Hard Knocks season or episode 3 yet, but there's a video of Aaron Rodgers against Tampa, so it's in like a practice situation. They're scrimmaging. And
I saw that.
The corner comes up and starts to, like, show he's going to blitz. He's like, you're not going to blitz. Back up. You're not going to blitz. You're not going to blitz. And as soon as the ball snapped, the guy runs out.
Yeah.
Because, like, Aaron just knew from, that. And that's the part of, and I don't know if Alex will be a serious person at some point today, but, like, that's the part with Jordan Love that That's going to take a lot of time.
For sure. That's
With
going to take some time.
a crazy
No,
amount of
I'll
time.
have it down by week 1. No, in all seriousness, though, I will be serious for one moment, and then the rest of the show I will not be. I am intrigued to see development from stuff like that, right?
Yes.
Like the stuff you only know if you are a savvy vet, a really top-tier quarterback, like a damn, like, holy smokes, this guy's incredible type guy.
And you have to fail to do it. Like, I just listened to a podcast with Charles Barkley. He said what made boxing great back in the day was that you've lost and you came back. Great players, great athletes, you don't know they're great until they fail. So Jordan Love's going to have to go out there and fail.
I like that.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers was 6-10. He had some mistakes out there.
But to that point, right? Like, and we've said all along all offseason, the record really doesn't
Not at all.
matter for the Packers. It does a little bit because if they're 2-15, it matters, right? But
okay, but
if they go 6-11, it doesn't matter.
How does it matter for Jordan Love?
It matters for Love, yeah, because if he's only managing to win 2 games,
too, like
that's bad.
Well, it depends. Justin Fields won 3,
But you saw the flashes.
And they lost 8. They were 0-8 one-score games.
You would argue, though, Jimmy, that the Bears last year were not set up. Like, they were selling.
They
at the
were
deadline,
worse last.
right? Like, they were not set up to really help Justin
The Bears
Fields
still have, I think, on offense at least, outside of the quarterback, have the least amount of talent in the NFC North. Like, I love adding
it's
DJ
close.
Moore.
It's close.
At least proven. Their offensive line, especially, like, is very,
That's it right there.
very rough shot. And so there's still a ton going on. You have Matt LaFleur. Well, you have Getsy in Chicago. He's now in year 2 calling plays. I believe the Lions coach has at least called offensive plays for 3 or 4 years, and the Vikings guy. So just the overall experience in there.
Yeah.
Chicago's where Detroit was last year. Like, Chicago's going to win somewhere between 6 and 9 games unless Justin Fields turns into Jalen Hurts, which I don't think happens next year. I mean, this upcoming season. So, like, Green Bay, I think, I said this earlier, I think outside the quarterback position, Green Bay might have the second most amount of talent on the football team in the North.
That's
behind
tough.
who? Minnesota or Detroit?
No, Detroit.
Okay.
Minnesota's shedding players. Now, again, Jordan Addison could blow up, and I'm
Right.
saying on paper going in. I mean, Chicago added Edmonds and Edwards, and that's gonna, but they still are just a disaster on the D line.
They are. Yeah, the trenches is where they struggle.
Offense and
Chicago,
defensive, yeah.
Chicago's interesting.
They're boom or bust. I could see
For
them
sure.
winning 5 games and being like 1-7 in one-score games again, but looking really like they're moving forward.
Yeah, looking better.
Yeah,
They're just very
the
thin.
arrow is certainly pointing up.
They're very thin. They're very young and very thin. Green Bay's got a nice balance between the two.
Chris?
Hey, man. This might not be a happy year to be a Packers fan, man.
Why are you saying that? Why are you talking like that?
Growing pains.
And I'm sure there will be some.
For
right?
sure.
Like, it's such a young team. There's no doubt there will be some. But could there be a case to be made that this is a team that just meshes early, right? Like they get past the growing pains after week 4 in the last 12 weeks of the season,
I think it's going to go the other. I think they're going to look good early because there's no tape on what this offense looks like with Jordan Love. Then they're going to struggle, and then we'll figure out what they are.
Yeah.
I think they could start looking really good in the first 4 games. The next 4 games could be like, oh, and what's going on?
Let's view it this way, then.
And then the rest of the season.
So you're thinking, like, until early October, mid-October, they're looking good. And then from mid-October to Thanksgiving, they're struggling. And then Thanksgiving through the last, I think, 6 weeks, that might be what they are?
At least for that season, yeah. I mean, not forever because, again, they're very young, too. The Packers have a nice mix of, like, having veterans and young. So they
don't have a ton of veterans. I mean, younger veterans.
On defense, they do, though. I mean, with Sean Gary, Kenny
if
Clark.
you're calling Gary and Clark veterans,
Campbell,
then yes, okay.
Jair. I mean,
that stat everybody loves throwing around is they have 4 people over the 30 or older. Only 4 people.
Yeah, but that's not. I wouldn't call
Punter
that
is one of
stat.
them.
I would call anybody with 3+ years of experience. That's a true vet, to be honest. But man, I just been thinking about what we talked about earlier with Aaron Rodgers, like calling out the pressure, just using that as an example. And speaking of Jordan Love, that is something that's real. You don't necessarily have to be. You don't have to be an elite quarterback to do that. You have to be seasoned, though. Yeah. You have to be seasoned.
Well, you saw Cam Newton do it. Remember with
Cam
Clay
Newton
Matthews?
did it. Teddy did it to me. Teddy Bridgewater did it to me in practice every day. So, like, but it just comes with being seasoned. Like, you have to be hurt by some of these things, like not understanding who's coming, who's not, who's bluffing based off of safety rotation or whatever, and, like, what are the true coverages that this defense plays? What are they just trying to show me? Like, what's a mirage and what's real? So, like, it's just going to take Jordan Love some time to get through that. And, like, the pain that comes with it, like getting hit in the back or something like that because you slid the protection the wrong way, that's what'll come with it. Like, it's truly a growing process. Like, I think you're happy if Jordan Love performs in the 14 to 17 range of quarterbacks in the NFL. I think you're happy with that, and you feel like you can grow from there for sure.
We'll talk more on the other side. I said this, and you can think about it during the break. I think he's some sort of like his ceiling is some sort of Tannehill or Alex Smith hybrid there. Yeah. Josh and Madison says it's fail or pass in the preseason. Jordan Love passes. I'll say that's pretty close. I mean, I don't know if Lucas Van Ness, maybe he failed the preseason, but I don't think he's like a failure. But if you want to say you fail or pass the preseason, and Jordan Love passed the preseason, I agree with that. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. The high school football season is back, and we've got another doubleheader for you this week. Thursday night, Wisconsin Rapids visits Stoughton, and Friday night, the reigning state champion Monroe Cheesemakers visit Mount Horeb Barneville. Coverage starts both nights at 6:30 on 100.5 ESPN and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, the GRB Academy, and Stoughton Health.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB is hosting its annual Top Prospect Camp on Saturday, October 7th. Position players, pitchers, and catchers can showcase their skills for over 40 college coaches scheduled to attend. Registration is open to all players in the 2024 to 27 graduating years, and spots are available on a first-come, first-served basis. Sign up today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com. Rays Baseball, raise your game.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors, Gorilla Glue. Of course. It's incredibly strong and 100% waterproof and bonds, well, virtually everything. While you're at it, look for Gorilla Tape, a heavy-duty double-thick duct tape, and Gorilla Super Glue, great for all your quick fixes and repairs. There's also Gorilla Epoxy, Gorilla Wood Glue, Gorilla Construction Adhesive. Of course. You get it. If you can break it, Gorilla can fix it. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Ask Sherwin-Williams and get 35% off Emerald products and Super Deck stains August 25th through the 28th. That means 35% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 35% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
The Prairie Athletic Club offers more for your money than any other health club in the area. Train in CrossFit, Pilates, hot yoga, and over 150 group fitness classes organized per week. Or upgrade to the PAC's new Platinum membership for unlimited access to these sessions, along with Training Zone and Boot Camp classes. Then get outside at the Dolphins Cove Water Park and the Prairie Pines Golf Club in Sun Prairie. Call, stop by, or visit prairieathletic.com today. Prairie Athletic Club, family, fun, and community.
Stoughton Health provides comprehensive and compassionate care to Stoughton community and the entire Madison area. From our sports rehab facilities in Oregon and Stoughton to our renowned ortho team with Dr. Ravel, Stoughton Health can help. Learn more at stoughtonhealth.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
About
says Harry Potter night sounds fun. Maybe your daughter loves baseball after an outstanding marketing tool to get me to the park. Absolutely, Tim. It's good marketing. I mean, that's the point of those theme nights there, but I don't want to drive all the way to Milwaukee just to see the Brewers play San Diego. I'm not a big... My brother is a huge baseball fan, and he's been messaging me about the Brewers. And he knows I like the Cubs, and he was trying to get me riled up or talk about it. I'm like, dude, I don't care. Brewers are they're just going to get led to slaughter by the Dodgers or the Braves. That's it. Win the division, don't. I don't really care because they're not, they're so far away from those teams.
Grow up, Jim.
It's not even worth, go enjoy the game and have fun. I'm just not getting riled up of the Brewers going to win the division or are the Cubs going to... I don't care.
5 in a row, brother. 5 in a row.
Can they beat a National League team? They got swept by... That's my point with my brother. He's like, I'm not even worried about the Dodgers. I'm like, you got swept by them less than a week ago.
A week ago, yeah. Well, we'll see what they do this weekend.
And I was like, are you in the American League? San Diego isn't any good.
Not this year, they're not.
Right, so this is the year that matters. Yes, well... Okay, but that's...
You just have to beat a National League team.
Okay,
the
but
Padres are a National League team.
A good National League team. They don't play... I guess they play the Cubs. I don't know if they're good or not, but they play them coming up.
Well, what would you say? Are the Cubs good?
They're like the Brewers. They're slightly above average.
So not good.
No, nobody in the NL Central is good. Compared to the Braves and the Dodgers, nobody in the NL Central is good.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and argue that, but we're San Diego this year. Oh, yeah, they're bad.
Yeah.
They're 18 games back in the division lead.
Yeah. No. You know what? It could be a good time is going out with the Let's Go Red pub crawl Thursday, September 7th, 5:30 to 9 o'clock. Free T-shirts and koozies, and you get 15 chances to win this pretty sick-looking bike as well. So Lucky's 13, Scotty Bar, and Mondays, along with Whiskey Jack Saloons, are just some of the places. So make sure to join the pub crawl Thursday, September 7th, 5:30 to 9 with our good friends at Coors Light. He's Chris Orr. I am Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Alex Strofe behind the glass at the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. Still just talking more preseason. The last preseason game, Chris, this one, it's harder for me to figure out. A couple years ago, was it pre-pandemic they played 4? I don't know when they changed it. When they played 4, this was the most worthless game on the face of the planet. Because it really was guys who were probably not going to make the roster. And they could put some things on tape. It was useful for them. But as a fan, to take something out of it.
As a fan, there's not much for you
right,
to
it's
watch.
just literally so they can put stuff on tape. And there's value to that. That's how guys get signed and can picked up on different teams.
For sure.
But this game, I know that Green Bay's doing it. I believe the Chiefs are doing it. I believe the Steelers are. I know Chicago is. They're playing their starters some. It's probably going to be a series. Now, if Jordan Love goes out and throws a pick or throws a touchdown the first 2-3 plays, they might say, okay, we'll go back out there. We want 2 plays is not worth it. Or if it's a 3 and out, they might say, okay, go out one more time just for you can have some sort of lather worked up. But in general, I would say that this is a little different than it was back in the day.
Yeah, it's very different because now what people have gone to is typically, I would say for the most part, is week 1, no starters play. Week 2, your starters might get a series, or if you got some young starters, maybe a quarter. And then week 3, you're probably looking at a snap count from 10 to 15 plays. If Jordan Love's driving the field and they got a good drive going, they probably want to see if you can finish with a touchdown just to boost some morale. But outside of that, you probably won't get more than 10 or 15 plays, to be honest.
Well, catching shots on the talking text line here, Alex Strofe. I don't know. Is Josh Madison, is he paying me a compliment? Or is he... The word that bothers me is vanilla.
Vanilla's the word that bothers you. I'll read it, but I think it's a compliment from Josh Madison. Jim, you are the opposite of Colin Cowherd. You only give the most boring, vanilla, logical takes. So it seems like a shot when he says boring vanilla.
Yeah.
But then he says logical.
Yes.
Logical seems like a compliment to me.
Right.
It means you're smart.
Right.
And you're not overreacting.
Boring is the word that triggers me. But I think he's trying to be nice. I don't think he's a fan of Colin Cowherd. That seems like a compliment.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'll take that.
He listens a lot. He texts in quite a bit, Josh and Madison.
And I'm fine either way. As long as you're listening, I'm fine either way. But Erica Madison.
This one taking a shot at Chris.
Yes.
He says, help me play my new game. I'm going to sip a Coors Light every time Chris Orr says, to be honest. A sipping sound on air would be helpful. I'll work on that for you, Eric.
Eric, we're gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure you pass out, man. I'm gonna make sure you pass out if you're taking a sip every time I say it. Now I'm gonna say it every sentence. To be honest.
To be honest, you want him to pass out.
To be honest, it'd be amazing if you just had a few more sips. It wouldn't be enough, to be honest, unless you had enough sips. to finish an entire Coors box.
You want to just fire a few off so you can just chug one.
To be honest, Eric, I don't even know if you're in Madison. You might be in, I don't know. To be honest, you could be in Sun Prairie, brother. Anyway, Eric in Madison, to be honest, I appreciate the feedback, brother. And to be honest, I hope you have a splendid time playing your SIP game.
To be honest, we were super long last segment, so we're going to catch up now. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
John Hayes for Goodman's Jewelers. Help us celebrate 90 years in business by visiting us at 220 State Street. We've been a part of a lot of great moments, and we want to add to those special occasions. Our staff is here to help you make that perfect selection for your memorable moment. Come see firsthand why Goodman's Jewelers has withstood the test of time and why we're truly a destination worth reaching. Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store of Madison, and a whole lot more. Goodman'sJewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
What does it take to make a diamond? Extreme heat and pressure and about 1 billion years. But you can't wait that long. What do? You go to Goodman's Jewelers. I'm John Hayes from Goodman's Jewelers. There's a reason we are the Diamond Store of Madison. Since 1933, we provided outstanding service and selection to our customers. And that in turn has helped to establish countless great memories through the years. Goodman'sJewelers.com. Located at 220 State Street. Truly a destination worth reaching.
Metro Ford of Madison knows that inflation might be pinching your budget, and they want to help. With 144 new vehicles on the lot and offers like 3.9% APR financing for 66 months on 2023 Ford F-150s, 16.19 per 1,000 borrowed, now is the time to buy. Receive a $500 Visa gift card in 2 years, no charge maintenance included with new vehicle purchases. 90 days deferred payments available to qualified credit. The deals are at Metro Ford of Madison. Learn more at MetroFordofMadison.com. That's MetroFordofMadison.com.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. I love locally produced, handcrafted, and award-winning spirits, so it's a no-brainer. I choose Door County Distillery, which uses local ingredients for their wide array of whiskeys, brandies, rums, vodkas, gins, and a whole lot more. Available at your favorite retailer, or if you're headed up to Door County, find them on Highway 42 near Carlsville, where there's year-round sampling and sales. And by the way, head over to their website for a huge list of unique cocktail recipes. That's DoorCountyDistillery.com. DoorCountyDistillery.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America, where vintage racing lives on. Experience the sights, sounds, and smells from motorsport's pioneering age in historic Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Road America's 2023 season offers numerous opportunities to watch vintage race cars take on the iconic 4-mile road course. The Aaron's Art of Wheels Vintage Weekend wraps up the 2023 Road America race season September 15th through the 17th. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com. Road America, America's National Park of Speed.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
No, don't get stressed, it's gonna get figured out. Oh, deep conversation that no one else. A strong father and a determined mother. Oh, that's why some nights we try to kill each other, but you know it's always love. We never
Jonathan Taylor. We start that. We start a hashtag for that.
Yes.
Alex, you with us on that one?
Yeah, I mean,
free JT.
As much
Pay
as
JT.
I like Chris Ballard, the Colts GM, my former Badger.
Yeah,
I hate Jim Irsay.
Yeah, it's not Chris.
No,
it's Jim.
No. Yes.
You have a relationship with Chris at all?
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Have you talked to him about this?
No.
Well, I mean, all
Should we call him up?
No.
What you need to know about this is that, I mean, Irsay rolled up in his bus, and this went from a quiet Jonathan Taylor not being happy, kind of asking for a trade, to a public thing. Because whatever happened in there, how Irsay treated him, not great. And this comes a little bit to Taylor. I think there's a little bit of lacking trust with the training staff too, and then they're not paying him. So it's done in Indianapolis.
Yeah. You know, I mean, all the trainers in the NFL, don't get me wrong, like all the trainers, you want to take care of your players and get them back out there doing what they do, playing ball. But at the end of the day, the training staff works for the organization. They're a part of the office. They're not a part of the players. You know, they're not fighting for the players. Like, there's going to be a lot of guys that are injured right now in training camp. I'll tell you how it works. There's some guys injured right now in training camp, and they're going to get released when the roster cut down date happens. And the training staff is going to tell them, like, oh, man, I don't know if you should put that injury on your report because you don't want a team thinking you're injured. When in reality, they don't want you to do that because they don't want you to get the injury settlement, because a team would have to pay you because you're injured, because they're firing you while you're hurt, essentially. That's essentially what's happening. You got hurt at work, and then you got fired. They have to pay you severance, essentially. That's what an injury settlement is in the NFL, and the trainers work their hardest to get you not to do that.
Well, and there's a flip side to it. I just saw that Chicago just put Dante Pettis on the injured reserve, but he was a decent player from last year. And I think the Packers done this too. Of like, it's almost like a player who's been they don't really want to cut this guy, and he's been around, and so now he's hurt. And you can just they're not really hurt for the whole year, but you just call them hurt for the whole year, so you can pay them and kind of reward them for being
for sure.
Because he doesn't have a big salary
for sure,
and so it's like, hey. You're just going to take
much
this,
money.
right?
Yeah,
we'll keep you around. You're a good guy to have around, but now we don't have to have a roster spot for you. You're not going to be able to play, but at the same time,
for sure.
I don't know how that works if the player is okay with that. Yeah. Because if let's say, let's just use Pettis in this situation. If you're hurt and it's like, okay, I can be back in 4 weeks or 5 weeks, don't want to get paid, or just say, you know what, I can just let my body recover and then be ready to go.
Well, usually what happens is if they sign you to IR, you get half of your salary.
Okay.
So you get half of your salary for however many weeks you're on IR. And then unless in your contract you negotiate a no split, and a no split just means that if I go on IR, I still get my full salary. So, usually, especially if his contract probably isn't that much. Yeah, they don't mind giving you half of that. Like they don't mind that at all, for sure. But for the most part, they don't work like that.
Where do you think Taylor's going to end up?
Where do I think he's going to end up? I think he's going to end up on a contender. I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to upgrade. I think there's some teams out there who are like understand how vital a piece of dynamic running back is. Like the talk that running backs, the value is diminished. Like, yes, that is true. But at the end of the day, you cannot replace an elite running back. Like you can't say that this college guy that I'm going to draft, he's going to be one of the top 5 running backs in the NFL here in the next 2 or 3 years, because it doesn't work like that. Like even if you use the example of Christian McCaffrey being added to the San Francisco 49ers team elevated them so much, helped Brock Purdy so much. If you replace Christian McCaffrey with just any other running back, any other starting running back outside of the elite, any other starting running back in the NFL, it doesn't work the same. It doesn't do the same thing. So you can't negate what JT has done in the NFL, what he's done his entire career. He's a true workhorse that like a lot of teams are lacking. He's one of 3 workhorses in the NFL, if I'm being completely honest. It's him, Nick Chubb, and Derrick Henry. Those are the 3 workhorses of the NFL. You can't replace that. Now, like, even somebody like Dallas, who has Tony Pollard, he's not a true workhorse, though. Like, you need what Tony Pollard benefited from was having Ezekiel Elliott, who was JT before all of his injuries, and issues or whatever. So I think he might end up, man, I think I could see him in Buffalo, Baltimore, or even Kansas City.
Dolphins had an offer.
Yeah, I saw that.
I feel like that's going to come back.
I heard it got rejected. Yeah, I think they're going to keep trying too.
Yeah.
Because then they keep trying. They were trying for somebody else. Dalvin Cook, I want to say. It might have been him.
Jacobs was the guy that they've been floated to as well.
They're trying to get it back.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton. He's Chris Orr. I'm Jim Rutledge. We're presented by Coors Light. Alex Strofe behind the glass. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. Where do you want to see our good friend Jonathan Taylor? I want to talk about Giannis. And we don't have audio of this, but from the New York Times.
Oh.
Giannis had this to say. And I'm going to preface this by saying I have no problem with it because this is what I predicted, I believe, when Alex Strofe and I did a show out at the where the Forward play.
Forward Club.
The Forward Club with our friends at Coors Light. I said these words, and Chris, I want to know your thought on it. Giannis is loyal, but he's not an idiot.
Yeah.
Meaning he's not leaving Milwaukee because he wants to go play with his buddies in Miami or L.A. or New York. Like, that's not what he's going to do.
Right.
And I didn't even mean that a shot at LeBron. It was more a shot at Dame, but I get the LeBron. Honestly, it was.
I thought it was LeBron.
I mean, it was probably subconsciously, but it was a shot at Dame. But, Giannis is one of those where if he leaves, it's because he wants to win more titles. Like, Giannis is driven to be great.
For sure.
And like Steph Curry, and I think he's driven to be great with one, like old school great. And LeBron's driven to be great, but it's a little different. It's LeBron doesn't care where he's winning the rings.
Right.
I think Giannis, in a perfect world, wants to win multiple rings with the Milwaukee Bucks and go down as one of those rare players that, essentially for the majority of the important part of their career, they're on one team.
Yeah.
Steph Curry is doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan had a little bit at the end with the Wizards, but otherwise, he was a Bull. Do you know Jordan played 82 games with the Wizards and played 38 minutes a game at 42 years old and scored 20 points a game, Chris Orr? But anyways.
With getting a break.
What's that?
He took a break.
Okay. At 40-something years old. Anyways. Giannis had this to say. I would not be the best version of myself if I don't know that everybody is on the same page. Everybody's going for a championship. Everybody's going to sacrifice time away from their family like I do. And if I don't feel that, I'm not signing. Now, to me, that's a shot across the bow to the.
It is a shot.
But it's to his teammates, it's to the coaches, and it's to the organization.
Yeah,
he's not saying I'm leaving just to leave. He's saying, put on your big boy pants, and we're going to go win titles, or I'll go do it somewhere else.
Yeah, for sure. He's basically saying, I don't want to be a part of a rebuild. Like, if you're rebuilding, I'm out. Because I want to win right now.
And I don't want to be in purgatory. I don't want to be this like, hey, we're happy to be there.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, that's a real thing, especially in pro sports. Like, when people talk about teams being in a rebuild or whatever, like, the NFL, NBA, any type of pro league, it is a win right now. That's why you see so much turnover on the roster. You might not see it from a handful of your superstar players or whatever, but for the most part, there's a big turnover on the rosters because it's like we need to win right now. At least if you're doing it the right way, that's what you're thinking about. And I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing that he said. I don't think it's bad at all. I mean, I think it's how every player should feel, to be honest, especially a superstar.
Alex, help me phrase this for our poll question. What'd you say?
I said, to be honest again. Another sip, Eric.
He's appreciating. He's having a good Friday. He did chime in. Making his day is what he chimed in to say. Also, 608, Mike in Lake, Wisconsin chimed in and said, anytime you can get compared to Colin Cowherd in the opposite way is a compliment. So thank you. And Josh said it was a compliment as well, following up on that. So, Alex, we can figure out how to ask this question. Basically, do you have a problem with Giannis saying, either we're in it to win championships or I don't want to be here? Because that's basically how I interpret it. Is that a fair interpretation? Do we agree on a team?
Sure.
I do, but I think you just leave it more open-ended. Are you worried about Giannis's comments to the New York Times?
But worried, I think people are going to say, no, he's just not going to leave. And
I'm worried. Are you not?
Okay.
Look, I understand Giannis's point, right? Like, his point is exactly what you just said, Jim. I think he's trying to gain some leverage and put some pressure on the front office, and rightfully so. He should. He's the best player in the NBA, debatably.
Yes.
And if the best player in the NBA isn't winning titles, that's an issue.
Yeah.
What did LeBron do? And in retrospect, I don't have a huge issue with it. I have a huge issue of how he built a super team in Miami, but I don't have an issue with him leaving Cleveland.
I have an issue with, and I agree with the leaving's not the issue. The super team I have an issue with, but also how he did it.
And that's fair. Yeah, it was stupid. The stupid ESPN program where he sits down for an hour and drags it out.
But outside of stands, most people are like, yeah, LeBron should not have done it.
It was extra, right? But with
not one, not two.
No, I like LeBron. I do. I always have.
Definitely not 3 or 4.
But I didn't have an issue with him going because Cleveland was not putting the pieces around him to win titles.
Yeah.
Right? And then he went and won titles, and then he came back, and they had a very good piece in Kyrie Irving around him. They won another title. Then he went to L.A. and won another title. Right? So I don't have a huge issue with it. But for Giannis, to your point, Jimmy, he is loyal. And almost to a fault, right? He's in the smallest NBA market, and he just won a title with them 2 years ago. But this is a team that's championship window is starting to feel like it's shutting a little bit, and they've only won one title.
So post it then how you posted how I'll leave that you have the pulse of the fans there. So post it how you'd like. Just let me know how you post it. And I'm worried more in the fact that I don't know what else the Bucks can do right now. They're very handcuffed because Chris Middleton, you had to bring him back. He's got a bulky knee. Hopefully his health, his wrist, the knee, the whole thing is good to go this year. You have Drew Holiday. He's getting older. There's too much on his plate. They still don't really have a back. They don't have another ball handler. They need another ball handler.
I feel like they need a star ball handler.
That'd be even better.
Yeah.
And they have Bobby Portis, which is good. I think Beauchamp is an ascending player. I do think they have. I don't think he's the next Chris Middleton or something, but I think he can be a starting NFL player in a championship level team, which is a good player. So Beauchamp is an ascending player. I like that player, and I like some of the other moves they've done. But I really like all of a sudden it's escaped me because I haven't thought about him for a minute. They got him from the Lakers. He played for Lakers. Beasley. I like the Beasley signing. I really like that signing. I would love for them to move. I wanted to call him JJ Redick. Grayson Allen. I would love them to move Grayson Allen for just the equivalent of Grayson Allen, but as a ball handler.
Right.
Because now you have Beasley, and I think if Middleton's healthy, and you have Coddington, if he's back healthy, and then you have the Beauchamp as he improves as a shooter, and Portis can knock down some shots, I think you can let the Grayson Allen go. So we'll follow up on that. How do we end up wording it as we go to break here?
Do Giannis Antetokounmpo's comments to the New York Times make you worried about his future in Milwaukee? Yes, I'm worried. No, not worried.
844-770-3776. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. Wednesday marked the release of the 2024 Reese's Senior Bowl watch list, and 9 Badgers have ended up on the watch list. Offensive selections include quarterback Tanner Mordecai, wide receiver Chimere Dike, and 2 offensive linemen, Tanner Bortolini and Jack Nelson. 5 defensive players for the Badgers made the cut, including 2 linebackers, Muma Jongmeta and Jordan Turner, defensive lineman Isaiah Mullins, cornerback Jason Maitre, and safety Travion Blaylock. The full watch list consists of 720 prospects from over 100 colleges.
Bundle a 250 series patio door and 8 double-hung windows with hidden screens for as low as $188 per month at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin at PellaWI.com.
This summer, Coors Light wants you to retire, even if it's only temporary. Take a break from your 9 to 5 for 9 holes of golf. Trade those spreadsheets for a bingo card.
B7.
Oh, bingo! Or swap your office chair for a water aerobics floaty.
Cool noodles up, everyone!
This summer, welcome to temporary retirement. Coors Light, made to chill. Copyright 2023 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Labor Day sale is going on now, featuring unbeatable deals on fall essentials for your home, work, and vehicles. Like 20% off Carhartt denim pants for the family, assorted KT designer welding helmets, $69.99. All Fram oil filters start at $5.49. $2 off Robic septic tank treatment. Plus, when your car's in the shop, get 10% off in-store purchases with $100 spent on tire and auto service. See store for details. Tires and batteries, trust and care. A Blaine's Farm and Fleet promise since 1955.
Bundling and saving with Geico is an easy choice, so you're free to ponder life's big questions, like, what's the best animal in the world if not humans? I'd strongly consider ducks to be somewhere up there on the list. Think about it. Ducks can swim, ducks can fly, and ducks can walk on land. They have access to all terrains. They are the ultimate animal. And they wiggle their butts when they walk, which is funny. Yeah, ducks are awesome. End of story. Bundling and saving with Geico. It's an easy choice.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
Madison Money Guy Christian Finfrock here. Struggling to understand retirement planning, life insurance policies, or managing your wealth? Listen to my show every Saturday at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN or call me right now at 208-1800 for a complimentary consultation.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the whoops. Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Alex Strofe so out of shape you can't stretch properly, Chris Orr. Is that what you're getting at?
Exactly. Look, his stretching looks unathletic.
What were you doing back there? Oh, yeah, you're stretching like a 90-year-old man. What are you doing? Or yeah. Oh, man, that's bad, Alex. When was the last time you done something athletic?
Yesterday. I called a high school football game in a sauna.
That's not athletic.
It's not really athletic.
I'm sore.
You're sore?
Oh, my God. We need an intervention.
Well, I think it's because I was carrying the heavy equipment uphill.
I don't get sore after working out at Carbon anymore. Like, you should not be sore. Like, I might have a little bit of a tight...
That equipment not that heavy, bro.
You need to bring me to Carbon.
I know. That's what I was worried about here. So, yeah, you should come to Carbon World Health with me. I'm curious what you could do for the weight because, Chris, what they're doing now on the weightlifting side of things is this whole month was like heavy set month. So everything was 4 sets of 15.
Ooh.
And I would just curse at the trainer the whole time. Like, why are you so mean? Because that, like, at Carbon, it never is. Because what you want to do is, like, just give me a big weight and I'll push it up. But it's never that. It's always like, we're going to give you, like, a weight that might seem a little light, but you're going to have to do it, like, 100 times.
Yeah. Once you get to that back end of those reps, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel
it. Oh, yeah, because by the end, like, then at the very end, like, and then you have to do, like, 1,000 meters on the ski machine.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
Well, you could have told me that, so I got to pace myself for that. I thought I was done. You had back-to-back supersets, and now you throw this at me. It's unfair.
That's good.
It's good work. It is good workout. It's great workout over at Carbon World Health. You can do recovery afterwards with red light or with the cryo. Also, you can take some glutide like I am taking. It's dropped my body fat down to about 8.7%. I've dropped around 30 pounds, so I'm about like 197 with about 9%. Sometimes 8% body fat, depends on the day I get tested over there with their in-body scan. And you can figure out your weight loss journey. Talk to Dr. Nasriga, sign up for a 6-week experience. You'll get a chance to meet with him, and they'll figure out what the best way for you to lose weight is. It could be the semaglutide like I'm doing. It could be hormone replacement. It could be just working out there. It could be changes in your diet, but that's the thing. It's not just go to the gym and run around for a little bit. It's like we're going to come up with a plan, and you're going to work that plan. You're going to gain muscle, and you're going to lose fat at Carbon World Health. So, Alex, you might need to get over there.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't think, and I mean, I believe this happened to Greg Scalzo. I don't think you could get through like the workout. I'll give you credit to get like the warm up, which is it's intense. Like your heart rate gets if you don't normally work out.
Should be
it can really get you going. But I do like they have the heart monitor on, so then like you see like now it's like I'm almost always in like the yellow,
right?
But like when I first got there, I'm in the red like everything, like everything's in the red where they have your heart rate for your age. But Alex, I don't think you get through. There's like the heavy set and the light set, like a hit sets where it's like. You're not doing a lot of heavy weight, but you're doing a lot of like
high
reps.
intensity interval training.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't think you make it through it. I would like to put that to the challenge.
We need to get an office combine going, man. A 20-yard
We've been talking about this for a while. We actually need to get this going.
Some squats, some benching or something.
They'll have us there, yeah.
All right, work on it.
They'll have us there.
Me, you, Chris, Matt. Who else?
Everybody.
You want everybody?
I want to see everybody's athleticism.
Yeah. All the way, yeah. Dennis Semrau. I want Alex G. I want the whole crew.
I need to see Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse Nelson.
Jesse needs to be there. You're right.
Hunter.
Yeah, I think maybe some of it's like they could be like some of you have to pull. Like today, I had to do the pulling the sled with a rope, which is just awful.
Maybe we just need to go out there and do a workout.
Right, but you should. Like the third time through at that one, you're like, oh my god, we got to do this again. The first time it's fine, but the third time you're like. Oh my! I don't because it's all within like 5 minutes of each other. It's not like you're coming back to it later. So I think that'd be a good time over there at Carbon World Health. Strofe, who do you think? Whatever was put on blast. Who do you think the least in shape person in the office is?
Jesse Nelson.
Jesse Nelson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You think he's in less shape than you?
Oh yeah.
Strofe is.
I'm not in bad shape. Well, I just don't work out.
So Molly Brown and I did we do a podcast called First Watch. We did the movie Pee Wee Herman, and she said that some of the fits that Pee Wee wear are kind of common now. The pants are a little short, tighter suit, and I said like I think you would fall into like I'm not as big as you, but like I'm too big to wear the tight like Pee Wee Herman. You have to be kind of a certain body build to it. And I said it's Strofe. Is a slender man. Like, he can wear the Pee Wee Herman outfit because you don't have any muscles to like hurt it.
It's sad how many times I've been compared to Pee Wee Herman in my life.
Have you ever thought of going as Pee Wee Herman for Halloween? Would you come into the office as Pee Wee Herman?
Here's the thing, Jimmy. I don't put thought into Halloween until it is Halloween.
But this, all you'd have to do
I
is
was a farmer last year. I wore a plaid shirt from Walmart.
All right, so Maddie's not here. Maybe we can find someone to help you remember. It's literally going down to Goodwill or St. Vinny's and just getting an old, tight-fitting gray suit. I bet you could find one that would be less than $10 costume, I bet.
All right, I'll work on it.
The bow tie might be the most expensive part because you might not be able to find that at like a...
I think I own a bow tie.
There you go. Red, though. It has to be red.
I don't own a red one.
Okay.
I don't wear bow ties. I don't believe in bow ties.
Well, who does? I mean, like...
I don't believe in bow ties.
I don't.
What do you mean don't believe in them?
Yeah.
I don't believe in them. I don't think it's a piece of formal wear. I don't think it makes you look formal. Whereas like a normal necktie makes you look formal.
So what do you think a bow tie does? Makes you look silly?
It makes you look like a high school science teacher, yeah.
I think there's people that can pull it off.
Yeah, you can pull off a bow tie.
I believe the one and only person, speaking of science teachers, is Bill Nye the Science Guy. Everybody else that wears a bow tie is a fraud. You could or I could?
I think like anybody could. If you
Yeah, but it doesn't make you look formal. I think it makes you look silly. Should we poll it? Are bow ties fashionable?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, let's poll that. Can I ask you a question?
Me or Chris?
You.
Yeah, what's up?
Chris can answer this too. You said bow ties make you look silly?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you someone who did not look silly with bow tie.
Who's that?
Who I thought of immediately with bow tie. Who do you think of when you think of bow tie? Not Pee Wee Herman. Because Pee Wee Herman, yes, silly.
Think of Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I think of a few people. I definitely think of Cam Newton.
Okay.
Just because he started wearing them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say I'm thinking of Prince or Michael Jackson. I don't know why.
Oh, I don't know.
They immediately popped
Who are
in
you
my
thinking
head.
of?
I'm thinking of Malcolm X.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He always had a bow tie.
Malcolm X made a bow tie look fashionable.
All right, yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I mean, but also like it was formal. Like it was part of a whole suit. Like when you talked about a formal, like you were coming to a serious event, that was looked.
Yeah, you got to have the full suit on.
Yeah.
I think a necktie without a suit is silly. I think
agree.
that's silly.
I think a necktie overall or a bow tie overall is silly.
First of all, I hate wearing anything around my neck. I hate it.
If I have to wear a necktie, I
hate
wear it more of like you see the detective in like the 90s movies where it's kind of like loose and like I have the
Yeah,
top button
yeah, I
on
know what you're
button.
talking about, I know what you're
I don't
talking
like it. My neck is not as thick as yours, but like I have a
I
hard
hate
time with shirts because it's like either they don't fit right and it's like I feel like I'm
Yeah.
getting choked the whole
Yeah,
time if
for
I'm wearing
sure.
a necktie and it's buttoned all the way to the top. I will share this. There is one giant goofball who is the heir to a Carlson chicken thing that is a giant doofus that wears a bow tie. He's got a show now on X. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
High school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. The high school football season is back, and we've got another doubleheader for you this week. Thursday night, Wisconsin Rapids visits Stoughton, and Friday night, the reigning state champion Monroe Cheesemakers visit Mount Horeb Barnaville. Coverage starts both nights at 6:30 on 100.5 ESPN and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, the GRB Academy, and Stoughton Health.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown.
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yeah, it is, and I'm Alex Strofe. Your Sports Center update brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The Aaron's Art of Wheels Vintage Weekend wraps up. The 2023 Road America race season, September 15th through the 17th. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com. One day away from the preseason finale. You know I love me some preseason for the Green Bay Packers up at Lambeau Field tomorrow at noon as they play host to the Seattle Seahawks. Not my favorite team in the world. Matt LaFleur, the head coach of the Packers, spoke with the media yesterday. Had some interesting comments on the preseason and how he evaluates his team. Take a listen to the head coach yesterday.
We haven't played a real NFL game. I mean, the preseason's, it's a good barometer, but you're not going against everybody's top talent all the time. And a lot of guys that are playing, especially later in those games, some of these guys won't even be on your rosters.
Didn't see that one coming from the head coach. You can find continued coverage on all things green and gold over at ESPNWisconsin.com. A reminder, the team must cut down to 53 players by Tuesday. Over 85 on the roster right now, so something to keep an eye on in the next couple of days. Rutledge and Hamilton continues right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the show.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Roll out the barrel, the barrel, the barrel, the barrel.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
What the hell was that?
I think there was we have a new college game day banner, and it's got a strong glue smell. I think we all had some sort of contact high yesterday because we decided to have 4 people try to sing Roll Out the Barrel in unison, and it did not work out well. I don't know what was yesterday's show.
Who was off key?
Everyone. I wasn't.
But there was something with the audio, right? Like they were behind
there's a
us
delay
on
on the phone line, yeah.
Okay, so that was the issue. I wouldn't probably not have asked for it if I was going to do. I knew it'd be bad, but I didn't know there'd be a delay. So the delay was kind of that really made it tough. All right. Did you post our other question there about our bow ties fashionable? Alex Show's going to post that in a minute. He's Chris Orr. I'm Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Alex, the mountain's blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush a Coors Light.
You can crush a Coors Light on the Let's Go Red pub crawl Thursday, September 7th, 5:30 till 9 o'clock. Free T-shirts and koozies. 15 chances to win this sick-looking bike that I'm trying. It's not a mountain bike. It's like a cruising bike. It is an awesome bike. Jordan's Big Ten Pub, Danny's Pub, Red Rock Saloon, and the Nitty Gritty are just some places that you can win that bike, along with some other great prizes. We have asked the question, does this make any sense? Do Giannis Antetokounmpo's comments to the New York Times at times make you worried about his future? Should be does, right? That's not
word. It's singular. It's one person.
I guess.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's comments.
It just doesn't.
Does Giannis Antetokounmpo's comments doesn't make sense.
It sounds better though.
Do Giannis Antetokounmpo's comments in the New York Times make you worried about his future in Milwaukee? It's due.
I'll give it to you. I'm just saying it doesn't sound.
I thought you worked for the Sun Sentinel. Weren't you a journalist at one point?
I was. You had editors, so I would have written it does, and they would have just fixed it for me. So 34% of you say you're worried. 66% of you say you're not worried.
Wow, that's closer than I thought.
I think a lot of people, rightfully so, are a little bit of the national media, or some of this is the boy that cried wolf. Like, people have been trying to say Giannis is going to leave for a while.
Yeah.
And that's just what superstars do.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it's just like, this is just another, but this isn't made up. This is Giannis saying either put up or shut up.
Yeah. I think it's more of a shot to the front office, to be honest. I don't think it's at his teammates or anything like that. I think he's telling the front office that unless I see you making moves for us to compete for championships, I'm out. And I think he's just putting it up front, and I think he's trying to control the narrative a little bit before it gets to that thought of, oh, this is just a superstar leaving. I think he's putting it out there that I want to win, and I would love to win here in Milwaukee. But if you're not doing anything to make me feel like that's what we're doing as an organization, then I'm out.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
844-770-3776. Are you worried about Giannis' future with the Milwaukee Bucks after his latest comments? Which basically said, this is a time where we need to really pursue championships, and I need to believe the entire organization is trying to pursue championships, or I want to leave.
Yeah.
Eric in Green Bay chimes in, does his interview worry you, or do his comments worry you? So,
Thank you, Eric.
There you go.
Good job, Eric.
I mean,
it's nice to have somebody smart listening to me. About damn time.
And I'm just gonna say this. I have no idea what Eric's credentials are, but we'll take Eric's. It's Green Bay, so I mean he's from your neck of the woods. I mean that you have he could be predisposed to agreeing with you. Not
Wonderful
that is lesser education.
I'm gonna be up in that neck of the woods tomorrow before the Brewer game. Looking forward to it. I'm going all over the state. This
what are you doing?
God, that sounds like a horrible day.
So, I'm not driving to Milwaukee. So I'm meeting up with two of my college roommates. It's, the guy I lived with in the dorms in our very stinky dorm. It's his birthday tomorrow, so I'm heading up near Sheboygan, which is kind of by Green Bay, sort of. He lives in the Sheboygan area, actually Elkhart Lake, right by Road America. And I'm stopping by his house. We're leaving there, going to Milwaukee, coming back that way then tomorrow night.
Why can't he meet you somewhere?
Why don't y'all just meet in Milwaukee?
We're making a night out of it.
But he can meet you closer.
Yeah, but I'm staying at his house.
Is that sort of driving worth it? That is a long drive.
I do it every year.
You're going to be in a car a lot.
Yeah, that's all right.
Man.
I'll just drink 8 beers before we hit the second leg of the trip.
You got a job. You have a career now.
I do.
You can there are hotels.
Yeah, but I'm doing that next weekend.
You can stay in a hotel more than once.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you only got to do one time at every hotel.
So you could have, hey buddy, meet I'm just gonna make a suggestion. As you get older and your time becomes more and more precious. Because it's a lot.
I don't hate the hotel idea.
I'm a little icky on hotels, though.
I give you that, but
didn't you live in a hotel for 3 months?
I mean, yeah, but
wasn't your baby? I mean, it was born in a hospital, I assume.
Yeah,
but then lived as a tiny infant in a hotel room.
No. We were in a house.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, we were in a house.
What about when you played for the Panthers?
No, because it was COVID.
It's a hotel?
No, I stayed with one of my teammates.
Which one?
Stephen Weatherly and Brandon Zilstra.
Either of them up to anything right now?
Yeah, Stephen's with the Browns now, and Brandon is a free agent. Brandon, last year he played with the Lions. Him and his brother, Shane Zilstra, they both played for the Lions. Kind of dope, huh?
Kind of like the Herbigs in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Or the Watts in Pittsburgh.
Also true. True.
Yeah, you went deep cuts for the Pittsburgh one.
Yeah.
It's not deep cuts. Nick Herbig's a rookie.
I know,
Nate Herbig's an offensive lineman.
But TJ Watt is defensive player of the year. Like you
and his brother's a fullback.
But the high end is the highest end.
Speaking of hotels, though, the best, I'm telling you right now, I don't even know if you can actually purchase this.
Okay.
But the Best Western in-towner in Madison, Wisconsin has the best prime rib I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
Well, yeah, ever had in my life.
Okay.
And definitely the best in Madison. That's where we would stay before games. That prime rib,
Wait,
I'm
stayed in a
telling you
hotel
right now.
before games?
Yeah, night before.
Oh, I didn't know.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah,
You probably
everybody
told me
does.
that before.
You do it at the professional level too. You stay in a hotel.
That I knew.
Yeah, college too. What you think you're gonna be out in your apartment on State Street and then just meet up at the stadium at whatever time? No,
Pretty much.
No, you're at the hotel, man. You're at the hotel with the guys.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just looking at. I was waiting for your reaction.
I
Sorry,
can't
was looking at
believe.
you.
I
You
can't
guys
believe.
believe in bed bugs?
Yes.
Dude, they're
Are
real
you
thing.
kidding me? What do you mean? Do you believe in them?
They're a real thing. It's not like the Sandman.
That's the second thing that you're saying you don't believe in that are real things.
This is
What's the first?
The bow tie.
Well, I believe
you changed
they
it
exist.
to, oh, they're not
but also-
fashionable.
but also-
You
They're
just
not.
said, I don't believe in bow ties.
I don't believe in
But
bow ties.
also, this Chris is coming from a guy who, at one point in his life, ate like dinner and meals in bed, and then it's like, do you even believe in bed bugs?
Well, I never got
You
them. That's why I'm
definitely had 'em,
asking.
bro.
No,
You
I never had them.
You had 'em.
You had them.
You had 'em.
Maybe your
I
skin,
still have the bed.
Maybe your skin just thick enough.
I think
to,
you're thinking of lice.
What? That's
Yeah.
a hair
You
disease.
definitely had bed bugs, bro.
Everyone has. I guarantee there's bed bugs in your bed.
So what do I do?
There's millions,
How do I find out?
There's millions of dead skin particles in your bed that they're feasting on.
They're microscopic.
Oh, so they're tiny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, how
So
do
that's
I?
why I'm saying you're.
So should I buy a microscope?
No. Why do you want to see them?
Because I'm curious if I have them. Because I don't think I have them. Because
do.
I don't think they're real.
Here's what you can do. So here, I'm going to give you a little.
I think when hotels say they have bed bugs, that's like code for somebody was making drugs in their hotel.
Listen, next time you're in a hotel, I'll tell you, I got something for you to do.
Oh,
next
God,
time
don't
you're in a
do it.
hotel,
Don't, nope.
pull up the bed sheet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Will I see bed bugs?
Oh no, you'll just see what you're sleeping on, brother.
Yeah.
Blood and
It's disgusting.
juices.
It's disgusting. You'll never want to stay in a hotel again.
What's the craziest thing you ever saw when you did that?
I saw like there was a lot of little smaller bed sheets with like blood and sweat stains on them under the big, nice, like pure white one. And the only way I found out was just because I was sleeping wild, I guess. And half of it was like pulled up. And I was like, bro, what is that?
Yeah.
My skin immediately started crawling. Immediately, I was like, I got to get out of here. I need to leave.
So what'd you do?
Left.
Where'd you sleep?
I got an Airbnb. It was when I first came. I came back out to Madison, and I was in a hotel for like the weekend. And I'm like, all right, like, yeah, this is cool, whatever. I don't want to bring the hotel down.
Yeah, don't
but
do that. Yeah.
I'm in
Just like Jim didn't do with the trampoline.
I'm in the
park once.
hotel. The sheet comes up. I see this crime scene of smaller bed sheets just stuffed underneath it. Like they used this as like a mattress pad or something. It was nasty. Made my skin crawl. I was like, I need to get an Airbnb for the next 2 days. Left.
What a story.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
So
Do it.
for a summer,
No.
in my tour of colleges, I went to school at UW La Crosse, and I sold vacuum cleaners in the summer. Kirby vacuum cleaners.
Really?
Yeah, door to door. I mean, so there was like a call center that would set appointments. I would go show up, and it was honestly set up for like an adult movie or something. But it was 9 times out of 10. It really does sound like a setup as I go through this. It was me and like it'd be like a housewife. They'd be like, okay, so you set the appointment. Me, college kid, going in, and I would just do the presentation.
Did you ever make a move?
Do the presentation of the vacuum, and so you'd like vacuum everything up. But like, and this again sounds like it's a line in an adult film. You'd go to their bedroom. You'd be like, because you could take it and make it a handheld and be like, we can go to your room.
No way.
And I'll show you your bed bugs. And we had it was like a filter you'd put on top, like a thin piece of like a coffee filter sort of thing, because then you'd put it on top, and then you could see how dirty it would get.
Right.
And so I'd put it on top of the and there's no trickeration to it. I'd put it on top of the mattress. They pull back the sheets and put it on top of the mattress, and you run it for 5 seconds, and that white filter, disgusting brown, black, gross, and the whole, like, you'd have a little smaller canister full in seconds. Like, and that's how gross your bed is, full of dead skin, tiny microscopic bed bugs, and that's everyone's bed. I don't know. I'll say this. I don't know for the foam beds. That's what I have. I don't know how that works with the more like the those type of beds, but the traditional foam. Spring, I have a memory foam. I don't know how it works for memory foam.
So do I.
Yeah. I don't know how it works for those, but dead skin still comes off for you, and bed bugs still feed off of that.
How long have you had that mattress?
Couple of years.
Do you have a mattress cover?
Yes.
Okay. How old is the mattress cover?
We just bought a new one.
Okay. So at least it's fresh.
Do you still eat in the bed?
No. Maybe.
Are you lying?
Maybe a little snack, some blueberries or something.
All right, this is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by
What's wrong
Coors
with
Light.
that?
I don't believe you.
What do you mean you don't believe me?
I feel like you eat nachos in your bed.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
The dog days of summer are here, so wind down with a couple cans of beer from Lake Louie Brewing. Whether it's an IPA, a Pilsner, or a Pale Ale, you can expect a beer that's flavorful, easy drinking, and always ready to roll. Enjoy Lake Louie's classic and award-winning Badger Club Amber, or crack open the new Lil Louie American. With 10 IBUs and 4.2 alcohol by volume, Lil Louie is a lighter, crisper, and a little more refreshing than your standard American lager. Care less and live more with Lake Louie. Enjoy responsibly.
Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win 2 different types of beer from Lake Louie Brewing. The famous Badger Club Amber and the new Lil Louie American Lager. Lil Louie, it's a crisp and refreshing American lager that satisfies the thirst of everyone seeking that classic American style. Lil Louie also pairs great with the classic Badger Club Amber, an easy drinking lager for easygoing folks. Listen every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win some free beer. This month, it's Lake Louie's Badger Club and Lil Louie Lager. 2:45 every Thursday.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB is hosting its annual Top Prospect Camp on Saturday, October 7th. Position players, pitchers, and catchers can showcase their skills for over 40 college coaches scheduled to attend. Registration is open to all players in the 2024 to 27 graduating years, and spots are available on a first-come, first-served basis. Sign up today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com. Rays Baseball, raise your game.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. Show your Brewers pride everywhere you go with Brewers Checking, only from Associated Bank. Score exclusive perks like a one-of-a-kind Brewers Debit MasterCard, 10% off at the team store, even express check-in at the Associated Bank gate. And if you want a VIP game day, the Associated Bank Power Alley is for everyone. Contact the Brewers ticket office to learn how you could treat your crew to a full buffet and private bar overlooking left center field. Brewers Checking. Learn more at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers today. Member FDIC.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie, Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Alex should go there and get himself a new mattress or a vacuum cleaner to clean his mattress. One of those two things.
He needs both.
He needs both.
All those nachos
I just need
and
a
bean dip.
Bean dip. You think I'm eating bean dip?
Yeah, you are. You're
sour
eating
cream, bean dip, guacamole.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever had bean dip.
You eat bean dip. You look like you eat bean dip.
What
For
does
sure.
that mean?
For sure. For sure.
I just need a good vacuum salesman.
I was good at it. I was definitely good at
So
it.
you never answered my question.
What's that?
So you would meet with housewives and then you'd go to their bedroom. Did you
Yeah.
ever make a move on one?
I didn't. I had a girlfriend at the time, and it didn't seem like I was probably end up being fired. And I just wanted to do. I did it for like a month and a half. But I would say this confidently: there was definitely, if I wanted to, I could have.
Were they good looking?
It's like honestly, like retroactively now would more so, but like
Well, that's because you're in your 40s now.
right. But I'm saying like you're 22, you don't necessarily
You've
realize.
never heard the acronym MILF?
I have, but like 22 and like, you gotta be careful here. Like 35 or like 45 feels so much older now than like it. I mean, it doesn't feel like it now, but when you're younger, that's a massive difference. Like in my head, I'm like, that's like my parents' age.
Well, they're married. I don't think you're marrying them.
I know that. I'm saying that.
I think you're selling them a vacuum.
True, but I'm just saying that I was also I had a girlfriend. That was the major part of it. Like, yes, I would have. I definitely would have if I didn't have a girlfriend. I'm not a cheater, so I didn't cheat on my girlfriend in college. If I did have a girlfriend, it might have been a different time.
Darn it.
Sorry.
Not the fact you aren't
No,
a cheater.
I agree. You know what?
That's not what I'm saying. Darn it, too.
Here's what I'll say for sure. She wasn't worth it. I should have.
Clearly, right. She's not around anymore.
I should have for this thing. I could have had such a more fun summer.
Oh man!
What if you're just knocking on doors? Hey, I'm Jim, here to sell you a vacuum and something else.
She was a wet blanket. She was not fun. I feel like we were broken up 6 months later. Yeah, you're right. I should have. It was a mistake not to.
Wasted your opportunity, man.
I did waste my opportunity. Don't waste your opportunity to go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Nearly $12 million in jackpots last month alone. Let's throw some stones.
The guys think they have the answers to everything.
I'm the best there is.
People like me.
So it's time to put them to the test.
That's some booty, Jim.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
It is time to throw some stones. I just can't get the visual out of my head of 19-year-old Jim Rutledge talking to some foxy woman in her mansion. How many earrings did you have at that point?
I had 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I had 2 in the lobe of my left ear, plus 1 up top, and then I had 1 in the right.
Oh, you were an up-top earring guy?
Yeah, that was like a loop, like a surfer dude one, and then I had like the diamonds in the other.
Did you have a dangly earring?
No, it was diamonds.
I don't mean any disrespect when I say this.
Yeah.
Did you think you were like a total hard ass back in the day?
I don't know if I thought I looked like one and looked cool. Because at that point, when I was in lacrosse, I believe I had like a shaved head. So I was like trying to be like cool, like I listen to rap music kid, and you know, like
so you look like a knockoff Eminem.
Yeah, well, Eminem had like didn't he have
the bleached hair?
Yeah, I never bleached my.
Did he have? Oh no, he had earrings.
I never bleached my hair. Honestly, my favorite artist at the time, and I was just trying to be a white version of him, was Tupac. So like, I just had to shave head, and just tried to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't get Thug Life across my stomach.
Bandana?
True story. No,
Bandana?
I knew.
You should shave your hair, Alec.
I knew I couldn't
I did
pull
it
off.
once.
I was smart enough to know I couldn't pull off bandana. So, just a side note, I had a buddy, and he owns this, but I played a lot of basketball when I was younger, and this guy was a good basketball player. He was like all conference in North Shore Conference, and I met him like after he played high school. We were playing ball, and like we'd play, shirts to skin, and he took off shirt. He had Thug Life across his stomach.
Oh my goodness!
He was not the proper.
Oh my goodness!
He did not have the right. He was white.
Goodness!
He was a white kid. His name was Mitch.
We don't know if he still has his tattoo.
He doesn't, because when we met him, he was in the process because he got it when he was like 17, and like by like 20 when I knew him, he's like, this is stupid. He was in the process of getting it taken off of his stomach, which was horrendous. But he was getting it taken off of his stomach. But he had it identical to the Tupac one.
I can't do the needles, man.
Yeah, the way you describe it was so much worse than the actual tattoo.
Oh no. I can't do the needles at all.
You don't have any tattoos?
No, I hate needles. I'm scared of needles. Terrified.
Did you get your flu shot this year?
Even getting shots, I hate it.
A little early for the flu shot. I haven't got it yet.
Yeah,
I hate shots.
I meant last year.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
I haven't gotten a flu shot in 8 years.
Yeah, I don't think I did. I don't think I've. Yeah, I haven't gotten. Yeah, I haven't gotten a flu.
But my
shot.
theory's broken out because I stopped getting flu shots, and then I never got the flu until last year. I got the flu, so I think I'm going to get a flu shot this year.
I get the flu shot with the kids. I hate it, but you have to be like, Dad can't be a wimp about it. So it's like, it's fine because they're freaking out.
Got to set the example.
And in my head, I'm like, I hate this. But I have a feeling I'm just going to get the rest of my life because I get them now with the kids to like set a good example. And then I'll be older, and they're like, well, you should get a flu shot when you're older. So Kyle LaPond is taking shots. No game Jimmy with the ladies. No game is what he has.
Dang.
I have no game anymore. I'm married. I've been married I've been with my wife for like 15 years. She'll be the first to tell you.
You don't still work your game on your wife?
I don't have to work game. It's wife. You know what I mean? Like she knows.
Yeah.
She knows all the moves. She knows everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
try to pull a new move out.
I'm not saying I'll try to be romantic.
How about you?
I'll bring home flowers.
You've been with your wife a while, right?
Yeah, I'm working moves.
So you got like a new one you could recommend?
Nah, not on air.
So like, what do you describe?
Whoa.
Jeez. What do you describe game like? The other, like we went to a place in between Oregon and Stoughton. I'm not going to give them any love on the air, but they were like it's like a farm sort of thing, and they had a farmer's market. I brought flowers home for my wife. So like, is that game? I guess when I think of game, I mean like I'm not trying to pick anyone up. Like I'll still try to impress my wife and do nice things. I just got her a nice sweatshirt that arrived at the office today. She's going back teaching, and she's like, I don't have any new clothes. So I got a nice Patagonia sweatshirt. Like small things like that.
That's married. That's married game.
That's okay. So it's married game. Yeah.
I'm cooking some steaks when we get off the.
There you go.
When we get off.
The best game I probably had was the Twix story. Remember, my wife said like her favorite candy bar was Twix, and so I was walking to the store. They had brought home a Twix, and
I do that quite often. Yeah.
So like that kind of stuff. Married game.
That's game. That's married game for sure.
I would assume I have no game, nor I have any intention to try.
Yeah,
to
I
pick
realize I don't think I know how to flirt anymore.
That's what I was trying to get at. Yeah.
You don't still flirt with your girl?
Like I do, but I'm not good at it. I used to be really good at it. I'm not good at it anymore.
Dang. Maybe you lost the game.
I might have. It's been 3.5 years.
You need to fire up that.
Time to get that ring then.
How's that? That Tom Cruise song? You never close your eyes anymore.
You lost your game.
Yeah, you lost that love and feeling. You lost that love and feeling. You got to get yourself enough credit there. All right, we're going to throw some stones on the other side because we ate the whole throwing stones.
I only got one for you guys, so let's just do it quick.
Oh, okay.
Rare spotless giraffe. No spots on this giraffe. I have a
that.
picture up in front of you. Born in a Tennessee zoo earlier this week, or actually a couple weeks ago.
It's like same like complexion as my dog. Like that's the same color. She also
so
has no spots.
give me your theory as to what happened here, because I have one. I'm just curious on what you guys think. Why did this giraffe come out without any spots? It's just fully brown. Any theories as to how this happened?
It sounds just like a panther. You know how a panther is just a jaguar with darker spots for real. That's what it sounds like. It's just a recessive gene that came up.
Yeah, I didn't want smart theories. I wanted like crazy theories.
But there's no crazy theory with
clearly it's like
okay. Would you like to hear mine then, and I'll just give myself the win for throwing stones? I think a deer and a giraffe fornicated.
Are you kidding me?
You know that that can't.
It looks like a deer.
It's a baby giraffe. Clearly, it's clearly a baby
But
giraffe.
it looks like a deer.
No, it doesn't.
But also, like, that is, you know that is, like, biologically impossible.
I'm well aware.
Okay. I mean, they might be able to have the act, but I don't think that.
I would like to see a moose and giraffe combined. That'd be dope.
That would be dope. Big ass antlers.
Yeah.
Long neck.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that'd be a
And
sweet
then
animal.
whip those antlers around.
Whoa, that's dangerous, Chris.
What would you call it?
Giraffe.
Well, I think Chris wins just for that.
or a crocodile and a.
We can talk about mythical amicals on the other side.
There's definitely not a preseason game tomorrow or anything.
What is more interesting? Our preseason takes on the 8 snaps that Jordan Love's going to take against a guy who's, I don't know, going to be driving your Uber later, or we can talk about mythical animals. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Matt Hamilton here for Iron Jock. Believe it or not, being an Olympic curler takes a lot of practice time on the ice. And despite always being cool, I still work up a sweat. That's why I love Iron Jock and their no-stink technology. Silver Iron technology is the how behind why it works, and that is about as technical as I can get with it. What I do know is that if I'm on the ice or just wanting to look good, I know Iron Jock has t-shirts, polos, and hoodies for me. Support this Wisconsin-based company today and get gear at ironjoc.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Summer's here. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history.
See your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
See dealer for financing details.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier building and landscaping outdoor living firms. Landscaping and maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you have an outdoor living need, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay, Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up AutoSave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer camp.
Smart bankers, convenient tools. One bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
AutoSave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Medicine.
Come on, swing.
Alex Stroh, what will you be watching? And there's only one right answer for this. At 1:30 tomorrow.
The Green Bay Packers versus the Seattle Seahawks.
Wrong answer. It's week 0. College football.
I hate that branding, but who plays tomorrow?
Notre Dame Navy at 1:30
blowout.
from Dublin. But that's college football that matters. Like, college football's back. Like,
What's
it is
wrong
a
with you,
real
man?
game.
Okay, well, the concept of week 0 is stupid. I talk about this every year. This is the third year in a row I'm going to have to rant about this. It's week 1. It's not week 0. There are games. How is your record 1-0 if you win in week 0? How are you 1-0 in week 1? Explain that to me. It makes no sense.
Because the majority of the teams aren't playing. That's why.
But does Notre Dame also play in week 1? I would think so,
Yeah.
right? So then it's week 2.
I think you just get. I want to say you get 2 buys. Do you?
No, you only get 1. But Notre Dame might get 2 if they play week 0.
Yeah, like you might get. You might get 2 if you play week 0. So it's a
So-
plus.
Well, I hope they have a bye in week 1 then. That
Setting
would make
aside-
sense.
Okay, is there better branding for this? Sure. A kickoff weekend or,
Sure.
But
calling it week 0 is dumb.
Look, I'll say like this. 0, I do not think is a good brand in general.
I don't think it's bad though.
Right, but also like again, like just the X, like Twitter's trying to act like X is just a weird, like it's not a good brand. Like it's just it feels clunky or weird. 0, just in general, if you like Coke Zero, like 0, I just don't think it's necessarily from a branding, marketing perspective been that successful.
Yeah.
But setting that aside, Notre Dame, yes, it'll probably be a blowout, but Notre Dame should be a team that will be competing. I think they should be in the mix at least a little bit.
Notre Dame should be in the Big Ten.
I agree. You talk about realignment, I want them in the Big Ten. But they're 13th in the country, so you watch top 25 team play real football at 1:30 live from Dublin in a rivalry game that matters.
How is that is that a rivalry game? Notre Dame and Navy?
Yeah, aren't they both?
They play every
They don't
year.
have a conference. Or is Navy an American?
Notre Dame
Athletic
plays
now?
Navy.
No, I don't think either of them are.
Notre Dame plays Navy every single year.
I did not know that.
That might be one of the longest running, if not the longest running thing in sports.
Shows how much I know.
And then later in the day, it's USC San Jose State. Now that one I have less juice in, even though USC with Williams will be fun, but that one will be over by the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, that it should be.
But mark your calendars. And again, this is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. He is Chris Orr. I am Jim Rutledge. Alex Stroh Beyond the Glass, live from the Everlight Solar Studio. This one I think you will watch, Alex. Thursday, August 31st. Florida versus Utah.
Oh, yeah. I'm in on that. Graham Mertz.
Yep. Utah, the 14th ranked team in the country, and then the Gators unranked.
Let's go, Graham.
How do you think he's going to do there?
Graham?
Yeah, I'm pro Graham.
I'm not rooting
root for him. I was pro Jack Cohn. He was gone too.
Yeah, and I'm not rooting for Graham Mertz to do poorly. I'm very dubious if it'll actually work in Florida for him. I hope it does. It doesn't look great for Paul Chryst if Graham does do well somewhere else. It just, I mean, fair or unfair, that's just how it goes. But I don't see him like I see him having like a nice final season as a college football quarterback. I don't think he's going to like turn this around to be a pro, but I think he can finish up his college career on a good note and feel good about the way it wrapped up. Maybe he can take Florida to a bowl game and be the starting quarterback throughout, and that's not a bad end to your college career.
What if he takes him to the SEC championship?
Well, then he might be back in the mix to be drafted somewhere.
Over Georgia in the SEC East. Ooh.
That would be wild.
Ooh.
I have no idea about the rest of Florida. I have like the rest of the roster.
Either. Yeah, I don't know either. Swamp Kings is good though.
I don't like that he gets to wear the jersey number 15. I also didn't like that Anthony Richardson got to wear. I don't like that they didn't retire it for Tebow.
I only like it if that's kind of going to be like their new thing.
QB
like
wears
quarterback
15?
here. Yeah. Like, you know how LSU, like, they'll be like, oh, our best player wears 7, essentially. Or somebody who embodies the heart of LSU or whatever. Like, if they do something like that, then I like it. If not, just like the Cowboys with 88 at receiver. Like, it's the same. I kind of look at it like that. But I do feel you.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Side note, though, I've heard nothing but the way I've heard the Swamp Kings thing described as, like, it's like a fun look back at college football, but, like, that team.
Yeah.
There's the whole Tebow thing.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
What a dumpster he is. The Hernandez is on the team.
Yeah.
And like none of that's touched. So it's literally
I
like
heard it was bad.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's bad in the idea. What I've heard it was bad is that like it just ignores like multiple elephants in the room. Like it's cool highlights and it's cool behind the scenes stuff, but like you just ignore all the juicy stuff. And it, honestly, a lot of people saw it and like Urban Meyer's in it.
Mm-hmm.
This is obviously not good because he clearly signed off on everything that's in this. And so it's like, you know,
For
sometimes it's like watching like a team like video is fun and you can enjoy it, but it's like this is clearly propaganda.
Yeah, it would have been better if Urban pulled the cat back on some of that stuff and kind of just, even if he tried to make himself just look better or look good in the light or whatever, kind of give his side to it. But I kind of understand not hitting on the Hernandez stuff, especially with because he already has a few documentaries.
Yeah,
out
if
on
Urban's in it, you can't do it. But like you could have gone deeper on Tebow. Like there's just, I'm sure, like not like scandalous.
Yeah,
just
just a little deeper.
Like what was it? Sure. I mean, there was Tebow mania. Like it's just and there's just more there because there was a lot of stuff that I have like I've heard rumors about with Hernandez at Florida.
Oh man, so many rumors.
Like
Jenkins?
if you got like a U, like a 30 for 30 type U, where like they dug into the U and exposed some stuff.
Sure.
You know there's stuff that can be exposed at Florida under Urban Meyer.
For sure.
And, like, as soon as Urban Meyer was in it, you're like, okay, this will be, like, a nice, remember when?
Yeah.
And, like, you see the highlights of, like, college football. I'll watch it because, like, I like college football. I was down there for that. But, like, I remember those teams. That was great. And that was fun. That was cool. But, like, it's not, like, a documentary
really
is supposed to be, like, give me something good. Johnny Manziel's is good because he's open in it.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Johnny Manziel doc on Netflix?
Yeah, for sure.
What did you think of that as a former player? And from Texas there. So give me your Johnny Manziel, like, history.
I knew about it. You knew about it because I was in high school. I remember we were watching we watched the Alabama game the first time they beat them in College Station. We watched it at DeSoto right before one of our games, I want to say. It was either right before or it was the day after when we were watching film. We watched the game as well. But I want to say it was right before we went to go play on a Saturday as well. You can tell that what he was doing out there was exactly what he said. Like he was just freestyling. I mean, it's the little things in football that you have to make up for. Like scramble drill it stresses any defense out, and that's basically what he was doing. And he had Mike Evans, who he could throw a 50-50 ball to, and he was going to come down with it.
So I want to so he went to Tivy High School?
Yeah, somewhere near Austin, I want to say.
Do you know anything about that school?
No.
Okay.
I think it's a small school.
So the way you describe it is like almost like a military school.
Yeah.
Like they were very. So the second he got out of there, it was like forget all of that.
Which is wild to me. That part is wild to me because like I wouldn't say my high school is like a military school, but like our football program was like the same way. Like super disciplined. If somebody messes up, we're all doing 50 up downs, like, or we're all running these gassers again, like, just brutal. I'm talking about workouts that I couldn't have done in college. Like, not saying there's no knock on Coach Stansberry, by the way. Shout out Coach Stansberry. It's no knock on him, but he was just combined everybody's that was getting recruited summer workouts into like one day. So we were just doing that every day, and I'm like, yeah, you're gonna die doing this if you're like 20. Once I got to college, I was like, dang, like we were doing some wild stuff. So I kind of get like the thought of, I want to get away from that. But usually, like when you get to college, it's like, okay, like now it's time for me to take another step.
Have you ever played with anyone? You don't have to name a name if you don't want to, but like that was so obviously Manziel. Like that's not easy to do.
Yeah.
He didn't read the playbook in college. And just go out there and make plays.
For sure. Not easy. But it goes back to what I was saying earlier about like the college schemes is not much. Like there's not really much to do. So he knows it's a pass, and he knows that I'm going to have Mike Evans shrieking at some point.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw it up to him.
Yep.
We're just playing backyard football.
So did you ever play against anyone or with anyone, either college or NFL, that was like they could just go out and do it?
Oh, for sure. He didn't do this, but like he was such a great player. Like TJ Watt was so good that you could have just put him out there and said, "Hey, just do whatever you want on whatever play."
But that's one position where it's like, if you wanted to, like, havoc. Hey, your whole job is every time go get the quarterback.
Exactly.
That's all.
And
I don't care anything else.
I would even say JT. Like I remember JT his freshman year, he would break a long run and come back to the sideline and like he's a little down and he's like, "Oh man, like my depth was wrong pre-snap. Like I was too deep pre-snap. And it's like, bro, you just took this power 88 yards. Like I think your depth is fine. But he was so good that like he barely knew the playbook halfway through the season. Not because he didn't study, but just because he was a true freshman actually getting like meaningful snaps.
Well, I believe, and I don't think this is disputed, but like when Cecil Martin was a great fullback for the Badgers with Ron Dane, but Ron Dane, I think Tarek and Derek will confirm some of this, but when Ron Dane was a freshman, a lot of times they would just tell Ron like right or left, like because like they're just trying to like he's still trying to learn the playbook. I mean back then freshmen didn't play as much either, so it was not a knock on Ron. It was just more of like they just tell.
Usually if you're playing as a freshman, it means like you're
or
good
like
enough
Martin
as
would
a
even
player.
like tap his back, like and almost be like,
oh yeah, give it away. Here, it's coming.
Like
we're
come to
coming
the
this
side.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually if you're playing as a freshman, you don't really know what you're doing. I remember my true freshman year, and it was T.J. Edwards' redshirt freshman year. We had no clue what we were doing. But Coach Randall would tell us, like, man, you guys got good instincts, just, like, let it rip. You know the playbook enough that you won't ruin something crucial. But outside of that, like, man, our D-line used to turn around and ask for how we're setting the front, and we would just look at them. We had no idea what we were doing.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Olson Toon. They've been customizing residential and outdoor living spaces since 1997. They have over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, and because of that, they have become one of Wisconsin's premier design, build, landscaping, and outdoor firms. I gotta be honest, they came over to my place, and it looks totally new. My landscaping, it was starting to get overgrown. I had a lot of pesky weeds and trees that weren't supposed to be there growing in. Olson Toon got me covered. See what they can do for you. They can do irrigation, concrete work, pools, and even more than that. If you have an outdoor living need, large or small, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. Wednesday marked the release of the 2024 Reese's Senior Bowl watch list, and 9 Badgers have ended up on the watch list. Offensive selections include quarterback Tanner Mordecai, wide receiver Chimere Dike, and 2 offensive linemen, Tanner Bortolini and Jack Nelson. 5 defensive players for the Badgers made the cut, including 2 linebackers, Muma Jongmeta and Jordan Turner, defensive lineman Isaiah Mullins, cornerback Jason Maitre, and safety Travion Blaylock. The full watch list consists of 720 prospects from over 100 colleges.
Bundle a 250 series patio door and 8 double-hung windows with hidden screens for as low as $188 per month at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin at PellaWI.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB is hosting its annual Top Prospect Camp on Saturday, October 7th. Position players, pitchers, and catchers can showcase their skills for over 40 college coaches scheduled to attend. Registration is open to all players in the 2024 to 27 graduating years, and spots are available on a first-come, first-served basis. Sign up today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com. Rays Baseball, raise your game.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Ready to zero in on your home improvements? Then set your sights on your home equity, because now you can get a home equity line of credit with 0% intro APR for 3 months and 8% APR after that. It's the lowest intro APR around. That's just math. Visit uwcu.org to get started with your home equity line of credit today. UW Credit Union, here for every you. Equal housing lender. Call 1-800-533-6773 for details about credit costs and terms.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Stars above. Without it, life is a wasted time. Look inside your
What are you doing, man? It's Friday.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Boo this man. Boo.
Boo this man.
He's Chris Orr. I am Jim Rutledge. Alex Strofe behind the glass. We're live from the Everlight Solar Studio. It is a Friday. It is the last segment on a Friday, which means we send it out with Whitney. And was this Kygo with the remix on it? And I forget who sings this song originally, but I love Whitney's version of it. Yeah. I mean, she could sing.
She could sing.
It's trash.
I wish I could sing, man. That's one thing I wish. I wish me and my brothers could sing. We just did covers of people.
Like instead of the...
Wait, you mean like a quartet or what?
Like the Orr 5 instead of the Jackson 5?
Yeah, man. The Orr 4.
Orr 4, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Instead of, man, come on, man. That'd be amazing. You could sing forever.
If you were to do karaoke, what song would you do?
Karaoke? Ooh, that's a good question. Probably Amarillo by Morning. Even though I wouldn't... Yeah, Amarillo by Morning. George Strait.
Huh. So, Strofe, you are this weekend basically spending your time driving around the state and seeing a brewery.
Yeah.
You're spending more time driving than seeing the actual
Yes.
game.
Pretty much.
That is the point. Like, it just when you try to evaluate how you're doing things is how much time is being spent getting to it as opposed to doing it.
Yeah, but look, it's an annual tradition. So
yeah, but that means
I'm
nothing.
just letting it fly.
There's a lot of things we used to do that you just stopped doing because they're not good.
It is true.
I mean, that's fair.
The worst
I'm not
reason to do
disagreeing.
something is tradition. Like, you can modify the tradition. I think
Y'all
you should
could've-
look into the
y'all
hotel
could've
next
just
year.
met up in Milwaukee.
Or Airbnb if hotel grocery job.
Airbnb to something in Milwaukee or something.
Yeah.
And just kicked it there for the weekend.
Yeah, you had more time drinking Coors Light, hanging out together.
Yeah.
Because now you got to watch your intake. You got this drive. You got the whole thing.
Oh, I'm not driving.
But then he's got to watch his intake, unless you have a driver.
It's his birthday.
The other one's driving.
Oh, okay.
So me and birthday boy get the drink.
Okay, but still, that one other person is out.
Bobby, yeah.
The three of you could have had an Airbnb for probably, what, $30 each?
Don't care about Bobby, huh?
It ain't too late, is it?
You should make this change. Right? We're voting as a show that
You really should make this change.
it just seems to be
This would be
the
a lot
more
of
adult
growth.
way.
This would be a lot of growth in your life. Maturity in your life as a man.
Yes. And also, if you're doing this, if you're doing a hotel room, like, get multiple. Don't do the one room where you're all piled. Like, again,
Don't do
be
that.
a grown up.
Don't do that.
But otherwise, just do the Airbnb. You'll be able to have enough
do the
space in
Airbnb.
Airbnb, and it'll be taken care of.
Yeah.
Chris, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm just chilling, man. I'm kicking it, man. I might go on a long walk with the fam, get my dog out, push my daughter in the stroller, go for some long walks tomorrow. I'm about to go make some steaks for my wife here in probably like another half hour.
Do you get like
head home?
Steve Winwood was the original singer of the song. Thanks, Erica Madison. Do you guys get like the quarter beef? Like, do you get it from the farm?
I get ribeye caps.
Okay, nice.
Oh my goodness, amazing ribeye caps. Put them in a cast iron. Throw some butter in there. I wish I had some beef tallow.
Okay.
Throw some butter in there. Get a nice sear. Pop them in the oven.
Okay. So I like to make mine. I smoke them I have a smoker, so I'll smoke them on the grill for some time. Then I'll get the sear on them with the flat. I have a
reverse sear.
Yeah, and so it works good. But what we do is my wife's father, my father-in-law is a farmer, so we can buy beef. So we buy we got a big freezer in the. But we've used up so now we're waiting. So now I think we've used up all our steaks, but we're waiting
for another slaughter.
Yes, I mean it's mostly we do the ground beef out of it because we have kids and you just do ground beef out of it. And
Right.
But you get the steaks in there. You get some stuff for what's that? Crock pot sort of things and stuff like that. So that'll be good. Try to do the burnt ends too. A little bit of that too. So
little beef candy.
Exactly. Tonight I'm doing chicken. I'll probably do it on a charcoal grill tonight. Okay. I'll mix it up a little bit, but yeah, we'll do some chicken tonight. So, Strofe, are you heading up tonight, or what are you doing?
No, I'll leave tomorrow morning.
So what do you got tonight?
I don't know yet.
It's night. You're done with work, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, we're going to drink a Coors Light together.
Yeah, I got a couple things to do throughout the evening, but I can get to it later.
Oh, good. All right. Well, 844-770-37.
What should I do tonight?
I don't know. I was asking.
I'm thinking about making us
replan y'all's trip.
We just fixed your trip. Now we got to plan your night.
I already touched base. They said no to the hotel.
Airbnb.
I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not the one that said no.
Babies. Tell them to grow up.
Yeah.
I tell a lot of people to grow up. You're right about that.
If you're telling people to grow up.
I think I'm going to whip up some spinach artichoke dip tonight.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Big fan of
that. I would not have seen you making that.
So what do you mean by whip it up?
I crock pot it, but I get all the ingredients. I'm chopping up the spinach. I'm chopping up the artichoke.
So when you crock pot, how long does it take?
It depends on how you put it. So sometimes I'll do a 6-hour one where I just let it lay on low and melt all together.
It'll be a late night if you do that.
But no, I'm gonna do the 1 hour 90-minute version where you just crank it all the way up and you chop everything up really small, including the cream cheese, and you let it melt because if you get a big block. Chop it into 12 pieces, place it around, let it melt. Ooh, baby.
Oh, I'm making French toast on Sunday. I'm going to do that.
I'll see you there.
I referenced yesterday about the French toast side of things. Matt gave me a good recipe. We're going to give that a shot. Our secondary Iron Jack poll question, are bow ties fashionable? Right now, 52% say yes.
Yeah. You're just a hater, bro.
That's fair.
I think it's a little bit about how, can you pull it off?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said earlier,
most people can't.
I'm a little too old now for the New Balances. Matt's trying to get me. I'm the
you're
dad.
Not too old for the
You
New
don't think
Balance?
so? Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect for you.
All right, because otherwise,
I need to get me some.
But I feel like I am the dad, and so it's not ironic then. But Scals and Brush coming up next. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Enjoy your weekend. Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X-Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X-Golf Madison is for everyone. Heck, I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X-Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league.